Ladies, hair loss after the age of 50 is no joke, and it's very, very common, and it can be devastating. 8 months ago, my hair was shedding. I was losing it. It was in the shower, in clumps in my brush, and I was desperate. I was influenced to buy so many products. In fact, on this counter is just half of what I reached for in desperation for some kind of miracle. Today, I'm going to save you all the trouble. In fact, I am going to do this with most of these. I'm going to give you the 3 things that work that you can buy today, and you can start to see results within 2-3 weeks. Now, probably just like me, you're seeing adverts constantly with influencers telling you that their hair has miraculously grown back because of one of these products. Now, there's a lot of products on the marketplace, particularly this one and this one, that claim that they're going to help with thinning hair. Now, these contain peptides and amino acids, which do encourage follicle stimulation. They're encouraging blood flow to the follicle. But unless you understand the real cause of why your hair is falling out, it's useless. After the age of 50, our estrogen levels drop and other hormone levels can actually rise. Now, one of those hormones is called DHT. That's dihydrotestosterone. Now, we have it normally in our bodies at low levels, but for some reason, after estrogen drops, the DHT can actually increase. Now, it's not just during menopause or perimenopause or beyond. It can happen in younger people too. But for us women over 50 that are finding that we're getting hormonal hair loss, DHT causes the hair follicles to shrink, and therefore the hair follicles don't produce hair in the same way, and we get a shedding. What's happening is it's not getting the blood supply that it needs. So all of these products, whilst they're increasing blood supply, if the hair follicle is not the way that it used to be, it's going to do nothing. It might initially give you a little bit of a boost, but you're going to find that your hair falls out just the same. So what works? Well, I've spoken about something in the past. It's a brilliant, clean product. It's castor oil. Castor oil is brilliant at stimulating the hair follicles. It's fabulous at getting the hair in great condition, but it doesn't address DHT. However, it is a great product to use on your hair. A lot of you have asked, does it cause hair growth on the face? The answer is no. It's going to cause hair growth where there are proper hair follicles. So your eyebrows, your eyelashes, and of course your hair, not your face, don't worry. Now, the other thing that I've talked about loads on this channel is rosemary oil. Rosemary oil has been tested with 2% minoxidil. Now, minoxidil, you've probably seen it as something called Regain. It's often marketed to men. Minoxidil and rosemary oil at 2% minoxidil actually work almost identically. They actually cause the same amount of hair growth. That's superb. Again, fabulous. It works. It's natural. Rosemary oil is as good as 2% minoxidil. Derma stamping or even derma rollers, they are superb at increasing blood flow to the hair follicle. But what it's not going to do? No, you guessed it. It isn't restricting DHT, that hormone that's causing your follicles to shed the hair. Now, I do take supplements. I take biotin and I take collagen, amongst other things, every single day. Now, I have found collagen to be great for joints and aches and pains, and a little bit for the skin, but it is said to really help with your hair as well. So I take it at the end of the day. What have I got to lose? Now, what is the top 3 recommendations? What am I actually taking that's working? We need to inhibit the DHT that's causing the follicles to shed the hair too soon. I do that with 2 things. Number 1, this is Nizoral. This is an anti-dandruff shampoo, but it's been proven to inhibit DHT. It's stopping that hormone from getting too powerful in your scalp and therefore causing the follicles to shed. I use this twice a week. You leave it on for about 2-3 minutes, you rinse it off, and then you shampoo and condition in the usual way. I also take a supplement that does the same thing, and that is pumpkin seed oil with saw palmetto. You need the two combined. Really powerful, really works. It inhibits the hormone DHT and therefore allows the follicle to do its work properly without shedding the hair too soon. This has been a game changer. I will link everything that I've tried and used and that I think works for you in the description box below. Once we've got our supplements and we've got our DHT blocker dialed in, we then need the hair to grow. So we want to encourage that hair growth, stimulate the follicles, and I'm going to use minoxidil. Now I've talked about rosemary oil, that's great. Minoxidil at 2%, that's fab. But what you really need is something that's strong. This is 5% minoxidil. I use the foam because it's so easy to use. You will have seen other dermatologists, trichologists talk about this. It works. It's FDA approved to work. It's proven to work. But little word of caution. This is 5% and it's marketed as for men. And that is because the FDA approved it for men only. Now, why? I guess no women came forward in the trials, but actually it's perfectly safe if you use half the dosage and you use it as I will link in the description box below for you. Now, I am not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor, so a word of caution, do your own research. But at 5%, I have found that my hair has started to grow and grow crazy amounts. It started to thicken again. I've got all these baby wispy hairs appearing in my center parting. From what I can tell, the overriding concern is that if you get it on your face, it might cause facial hair to grow. Well, I use this foam, which actually is really easy to use. It's not actually hard to keep it off your face. So that's the amount that I would use, and I use that in the areas only that I'm seeing thinning. So that would be for me around here in my center parting, through the sides here and a little bit at the back. And then when that's on, I'll just leave it and I sleep in it. And you don't really need to wash your hair the next day. It really doesn't really affect your hair at all. So in terms of why am I not using a 2% or the one that's marketed for women? Because it's marketing. As far as I'm concerned, the 5% is perfectly fine for me. And I think you'll find if you do your research and you run through Google and you ask the questions and in the forums, women have used 5% quite safely. But again, I am not a trichologist. I'm not a dermatologist. Do make sure you do your own research. It's super easy to use. You just need to just pop it on where you see your hair thinning, and because it's a foam, you're not going to get it on your face, so you don't need to worry about that. I use that brand and I use that 5%. I don't think you need to worry about the 2%, but do your own research. That's it, ladies. That's what I've been using to get my hair to this length, and I have to say I've got to get it cut. It's literally growing out of control. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to link any studies that I've found in the description box for you below, and I'll also link the products that I've shown you today. Until the next time, bye for now.